KDB.
Beats Planet.
What's happening? We'll still, I'm not gonna lie. Every time you do the Hattie the Hattie Nashville fried,
the Hattie Bees.
Yeah, I go I go oof.
Don't look good.
I go oof. What's good with you, Playboy? What's good, everybody watching Voch Lombardi live today, Wednesday. That means we have a Cowboy day, but it's draft season, so of course y'all gonna get some Cowboy draft work, and that's what we're gonna be doing today. We got some pretty good stuff lined up for y'all. We're gonna talk about a couple of players that I've been seeing floating around the Cowboy mocks or whatever. We're not gonna look at the whole mock because it's Cowboy day, so we'll only look at the 26 overall pick to see who are going to the Cowboys. And boy, I got a new dude. Oh, I got a new dude, Will Steele. Drew Sanders, linebacker from Arkansas, formerly of Alabama, but he's now an Arkansas guy, and he's going into the draft. We definitely going to talk about him in a little bit. Then we got some news that Cousin Tony is likely going to get the franchise tag, so that changes a lot of things moving forward with Cowboy roster builder. We're going to touch on all those things. I'm Lombardi Prime.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
VOCHLONBARDI on all platforms. Appreciate y'all for being here, being point guard by the best in the business. Master William.
My name is Willie. Little motherfucker talking shit.
Little motherfucker talking shit. Go ahead.
I am Smack Talker Skywalker, and I got a mic saber for a hater.
Shout out to that sky blue shirt you got on today. I like that.
Sir, I wasn't ready. It is, sir. Shouts out to you, man. Shouts out to True Classic, by the way. True Classic sent me a pack of shirts with 12 colors in. I'm like, this ain't even on the website. This color can't even be on. It can't be on the website, but I just got one of every color now. So yeah, I'm just rocking them. I don't wear a lot of bright colors. I'm normally doing like a navy, a black, a gray, or something like that. I pulled this bright ass shit on. All the lights cut on in the crib or whatever. So it is what it is. We're gonna try some of this stuff out, but let's get into some news, Master Wig. Let's get into some news. Also, too, if y'all want to tap into the show, y'all can call in 202-926-1127. Access code 309104. It's Cowboy Day, so if y'all want to talk about the whole Tony Pollard news like we're about to talk right now, you can do so. If y'all want to talk draft, you can do so. Talk about a player that you've seen, feel free. Don't ask us, are we doing mock drafts? Voch typically does one mock draft version 1 point only, and we do that joint in April. But till then, we'll be reacting to others' drafts. So, as I was prepping the show, I was getting ready to just talk Cowboys draft all day, every day, straight up and down, right? But then we kind of get these little news, feeds, get these little hotline blings on the phone, and what they say will still is expected. What they say is likely. What they say 9 times out of 10.
Out of nowhere, it came out that he's expected, and I'm just a bit surprised because I'm not hearing that anywhere else. Yeah.
I don't know, but if Tony Pollard does indeed sign the franchise tag, then I do think that's interesting on multiple levels. But the fact that they came out and said it right now, is this going to be like make or break year for Tony? That's the first thing pop up in my mind. Somebody just asked, they're waiting on the discount for the shirts. Promo code VOCH on trueclassictees.com. Get 25% off, and if you spend $100, you get free shipping. Appreciate you. The whole Tony thing, right? Now, what could have happened here is we could have just moved on from Tony Pollard altogether, right? And I think a lot of people were ready to navigate kind of in that way, right? All right, we cut Zeke, we move on from Tony, and boom, let's just go draft a couple running backs, pair them dudes with Malik and Rico Dowdle. We just move on with our life. The fact that we're tagging Tony Pollard, it could mean multiple things, but it does mean we at least want to see what this looks like for another year, right? And that running back franchise number is like what, 9 mil? We'll still like 9 mil, 10 mil, something like that.
10 million, I think 10.09 million.
10.09 million. I saw some people say, yo, I hate that we franchise tagging Tony Pollard because we spending 10 million on a running back. Well, if you look at the numbers, right? And I don't always go by numbers. I go by film. I do a lot of, eye tests and things of that nature. Tony Pollard was one of the best running backs in the league. He was one of the best running backs in the league. And in my mind, if there has to be a world where I'm paying one of the best running backs in the league $10 million for 1 year for us to just kind of run this thing back, then sure. Now, we hope that the injury news ain't that big of a news. And I imagine that they're going to do all the medical stuff and, Will Steele always say that he hate when the word ligament is involved and all that. So I would imagine they're gonna get that, get all those legs and knee parts looked at before there is anything on the table. But what this just means to me is that if most likely 99.9%, 10 times, that we're gonna bring back Tony Pollard, then that means that there's interest in Tony Pollard. And I don't mind it, whether we don't bring back Tony and just go and get a cheap option, or if we do bring back Tony. If we don't bring back Tony, we save money. If we do bring back Tony, we have a really damn good running back that I feel good about. I'm curious about what we do about Zeke moving forward, right? Because Zeke is the player that when he gets the football, I throw up in my, I go, ugh. I just go, ugh, when Zeke gets the football. No offense to Zeke, but that's just where he is right now. It is where it is. When it was 2016 Zeke, and he was doing great, we was partying Will Steele. When that motherfucker was getting 5-6 yards of carry, we was partying Will Steele. So now that he's down to like 2 and some change, this is appropriate. This is appropriate. I don't want to be the Cowboy fan that go, oh, well, can I put Zeke at fullback? I think that's reaching for a reason to keep Zeke when you could get a fullback that does fullback things better. You know what I mean? Sean McEwen does fullback things better. Draft a fullback that does fullback things better, right? I'm not just going to be in this war where, oh, I got to put Zeke at fullback because I just got to keep him. I just got to find a role for Zeke. If Zeke's not going to be your star running back, in which he ain't no more, just move on from Zeke and just draft. Move on from Zeke and just draft. Run this thing with Tony, Malik, and whoever.
Yep.
The problem is this whole Jerry Jones loyalty thing. Jason Witten probably played 2 years too long because of that. You know what I'm saying? You can go down the list and find a handful of players that probably played 2 years too long because of loyalty, right? And it wasn't no loyalty when Zeke was in Cowboy and Rocky Arsenal was beating him upside the head in them goddamn contract negotiations. You know what I mean? So I really ain't trying to hear none of that. I ain't trying to hear none of that sweet talk. Oh, Zeke is our guy. We love him to pieces, man. Blah, blah, blah. Man, I feel you, bro. But Tony Pollard, night and day better. And if you market Tony Pollard as your better guy, Tony Pollard probably be a bigger star than Zeke. We just keeping it a buck right now. That old dope ass visor that Zeke got, that shit cute. Put it on Tony.
Yeah, but But he don't do this, Voch. He don't do this. It's not marketable. This is marketable. Fair. But you know what? Look. That's cool. This whole thing is marketable. But let me tell you something. I haven't seen Zeke get no cereal endorsements off of that shit. Zeke ain't on the Wheaties box because he doing this shit. I don't care nothing about that. You know what I mean? Them damn 30-yard touchdowns. That's what's marketable. Yeah,
that's what's marketable. Tony Pollard get a damn cereal before Zeke do. I don't care what to celebrate. Tony can make Tony can be the face of Brothers Barbecue if you want him to be. It don't matter. Will Steele get the better guy the ball.
100%.
That's what we've been talking about for the longest. On top of the fact that Zeke makes way too much money to be playing the way that he's playing right now. I don't care if he take a pay cut.
Yeah, I think we got to remove. If you remove money and remove kind of your emotional attachment to him, and I'm talking about the Cowboys, and just look at how Zeke has played, I don't know how you can watch it and be like, yeah, that motherfucker right there, we can't replace that.
Tony Pollard was a 1,000-yard rusher, 12 touchdowns, Pro Bowler, All Pro, and he didn't get the ball enough. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? And he didn't get the ball enough. Stop playing with me, bro. Stop playing with cousin Tony. But hey. Joneses, if you're gonna do it. You know what I mean? Don't fuck around with Tony. If we gonna roll with Tony, I don't even want to see Zeke as running back too, man. Go and draft me a guy. I actually went to go watch old boy. Somebody called your show and it was like, watch Zach Charbonnet, UCLA running back.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed.
There you go. There you go. I went to go watch a lot of these running backs, man. And trust me, we're going to have running back day one day. But you're going to have to trust this. You're going to have to trust your judgment on this. You either going to go, all right, bro, we just going to move on from these Cowboy running backs altogether. We're going to draft a guy, and we're going to build this offensive line to where even if we do get one of these running backs, they'll look good behind this offensive line.
Right.
Or you go, hey, I know Tony could play. And if I do end up with one of these running backs, they'll just be complimentary guy working in with Tony, Malik, Rico Dowdle, however we end up doing it. You understand? It just comes down to your scouting and finding running backs that work for you. Finding running backs that work for you, regardless of what that is, man. Yo, Zeke, I love you to pieces, bro, but I just don't want you part of this equation. And listen, I don't want to hear none of that Zeke's best friends with Dak shit, because Dak love Lael Collins, and they got Lael the fuck up out of here expeditiously. They got him up out here Dak ain't got nobody to fish with no more. Dak just fishing by himself. Lael Collins is gone. But when it come down to the come down, my boy gone, man. It's just all about better, bro.
I'm seeing my guy DP in the stats in the chat saying, well, Zeke had 20 touchdowns over the last 2 years. You know who else had 20 touchdowns over the last 2 years? Jamal Williams. Is he getting paid 18 million gets the cap? I don't think so. Use that money to go get paid somewhere else, man. You ask me, well, Sky, should we bring back Ezekiel Elliott? This is what I say.
Motherfucker, for what?
Who else there? You been saving that shit. You been waiting. Will Steele. I forgot. God damn, you better than me. Oh, you better than me, Will Steele. I hate my drops. Stop the cap drop.
Stop the cap.
I hate my drops now. Play it again, Will. Hit this shit again. Do it again.
Hey, y'all want to bring back Zeke?
Motherfucker, for what?
Oh shit.
I knew you like that.
Damn. Damn, Will Steele, you better than me, boy. Look, I totally forgot about it. I totally forgot about the drop, boy. God damn, Will Steele. Hey, yo, Will Steele, man, you think if Zeke does come back for vet minimum, man, you still think Zeke should get most of the carries and, you know, Tony should get like 10, 12%?
Motherfucker, for what?
I can't wait to just wear this out.
Oh, Will Steele, man, look.
Drop out.
Will Steele, you think we just gonna draft some wide receivers and Noah Brown still gonna be wide receiver too, huh?
Motherfucker, for what?
I agree. Oh shit.
In all seriousness, though, man. In all seriousness, though, like if we wanted to break, Ezekiel Elliott had 12 touchdowns this year. If I'm not mistaken, 10 of those touchdowns came within 10 yards. 8 of them came 1 yard or 2 yards in. We acting like Ezekiel Elliott scored 12 touchdowns and 8 of them was 30 yards. Like
Zeke's touchdowns were a volume stat. Like he just happened to be at the one when we gave it to him. Them shits could have went to Dak on quarterback sneaks. Them shits could have went to Tony if we gave it to him. Tony's touchdowns were much more impressive, Will Steele. It is what it is. I'm not saying nothing different here.
Right.
You know, we all saying the same points for real. But if I got anything from this news, it just means to me that, oh, well, maybe there's interest in Tony and possibly long-term deal. We ain't heard nothing about Zeke. We'll see when we get here. We'll cross that road whenever we make it, man. But move on, and give me some more guys, man.
Well, if they do it, you know, I just don't see why you would. I mean, running back is the easiest position to replace, bro. And if you're going to replace a bruiser back, you know, even better, in my opinion.
Man, Zeke ain't even a bruiser back no more. That's the biggest
right.
point I've really taken out of all this. He ain't even that guy no more, man. Zeke is just slow Tony. Zeke is a slow scat back now because he be trying to run sideways and shit. I'm like, yo, Zeke, that ain't you, bro.
Man, there's a number of plays this year, but there was a play in the playoff game. I'm like, oh my gosh, Zeke would have ate that outside up and scored a touchdown. It was on the goal line, but you know. He's more so looking for the contact, just trying to, you know, get what he can get out.
So I'm typing up this.
Eddie George, that's a good one. Cowboys Eddie George. Remember Eddie George when he was with Dallas? He was a shell of himself when he was with the Titans.
I mean, you was like 25. I mean, you know what I'm saying, but I was a baby when that happened, so I wasn't outside. That's a hell of a comparison. Who should be the Cowboys pick? I'm gonna put 2 polls in the chat. And I would love to see how these 2 polls reflect off each other. Actually, let's do this. Let's take one call, and then we're going to get into some of these mock drafts that I've seen or some of these players that I've seen in these mock drafts. I saw somebody, hold on, give me a second. I saw somebody say in the chat, they was like, but Voch, TP can't block. Hey, man, TP probably had his best blocking year, honestly. And look, real talk, if you want a running back that can block, like go – get a blocking running back to do blocking running back things, bro. When we talk about how good Zeke was, man, blocking was cool, but blocking wasn't first. Blocking wasn't the first thing that we talked about. And if we look at how good Tony is,
Bro.
Come on, bro.
Like the Super Bowl teams got running backs Pacheco, Sanders, Clyde Hilaire, Edwards, whatever, Edwards, Hilaire, Hurts,
Boston Scott. Fucking
Scott.
Boston Scott.
Gainwell. Like these, you don't need
Boss man Scott. Goddamn boss man Scott. The playing running back of the goddamn
about, man. We're talking about running back, man.
Oh man, let's get Damon on the phone, see what he's talking about while I set this poll up and we move on. I'm a boy. What's up, DC? Damon. Boy, I was hate to start the show off with a Metal Gear Solid Snake. Damon?
Going once? Twice?
Hit the button, Will Steele.
Are you okay? Snake?
Cold world, man. So apparently an ad played in the middle of the stream. I apologize. Maybe I hit the wrong button. I was trying to do some other shit. My bad. Let's get DJ on the phone and see what he's talking about. What up, DJ?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How y'all doing today?
What's good, player? What you got for the show?
Man, I'm looking at it, and just to kind of, because me and Scott talked about it this morning, and I was looking at the list of available backs this upcoming season if they are let go. And, like, Samaje Perine is on that list.
Mm-hmm.
And he can do everything he can do plus some, and his market is like $3 million. At least that's what the site that I was looking at said. So, I mean, it's not hard and it's not expensive. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can get somebody out of the draft, which would be just as cheap, and you get them for longer, or you could just get a quick fix dude for this year. But either way, there's a multitude of options other than, Zeke will take a pay cut, but we still got to pay him $8 million.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that just doesn't make any sense. And like we talked about this morning, me and Sky at least, like if it's above like $5 million, which we're not even sure if he's willing to take that big of a cut anyway, like then just part ways and then we'll just move on to something else. But There's too much attachment to the wrong people. You know, you're willing to pay Jaxon Smith and Ezekiel Elliott, but you let Amari Cooper and Lyle Collins and Randy Gregory walk out the door. It just doesn't make any sense. But that's a whole other conversation. But that's all I got today, man.
Hey, man, appreciate you. If there is news that Zeke's gonna hang around and take a team-friendly deal, but we retained him because we love Zeke, boy, you're gonna get a smattering of attitude from the boy Voch Lombardi, man. Smattering. I appreciate you, DJ. Good call, man. Let's talk about some of the mock drafts that I've seen, right? And I just dropped a poll in both communities there. I call y'all chat boxes, my audience or whatever. They call y'all communities.
Wait a minute.
DC says, my call dropped, Voch. I'm back on hold. You gonna have to wait. You was first. You gonna have to wait, Playboy. So, Will Steele.
Yeah.
One thing I did was I looked around at different mock drafts, right? And I hate mock drafts this time of year, but y'all love them. And I was just like, all right, well, let's see who these analysts have the Cowboys taking, or just what group of guys that I'm constantly seeing, just some dudes that, just some names that I'm just seeing recurring in that circle or whatever, right? So I just pulled a bunch of names and I came away with this consensus of about 5 names, really, right? And I just had the shit. Here we go. So the 5 names that I had, Will Steele, Bijan, and we're going to talk about these individually. Bijon Robinson, running back from Texas. Siaki Ika, D tackle from Baylor. Drew Sanders. I just watched that motherfucker for this. Who will still we talk? Drew Sanders, linebacker from Arkansas. Jalen Hyatt, wide receiver from Tennessee. And we'll just say best cornerback available because a lot of different cornerbacks are in that spot. And I think the cornerback draft is going to be like that. I think it's going to be a lot of corners in the first 3 rounds that you could take. If I had to guess, I'd say 12 over the first 3 rounds or so, possibly more. It's a lot of dudes that can wait. What's going to be interesting about that is every year we'll see like there's one group where there's a lot of talent in it. And what'll happen is, we got 13 corners that we like in the first 3 rounds. Maybe I'll not take a corner in this first round because I know it'll be a good corner in the second round, or likely a cornerback that I like in the second or third round, right? So we'll just move over a cornerback in the first round. But what ended up happening is all the good damn corners in the first round will fall because teams ain't taking them, right? So I have seen a lot of mixed reviews, and trust me, bro, I hate corners, bro. I can't stand DBs in general. I don't like corners, but I especially hate safeties. And that was, look, it was about 3 mock drafts that mocked us taking a safety from Texas A&M. But I wasn't gonna talk about it today, Will, still, because I hate safeties.
In the first round?
In the first round, yes.
See, these people don't pay attention. Dallas will not touch a safety in the first round.
Mm-mm. And in real life, they won't take a D tackle in my personal opinion.
Nope.
Siaki Ika, that's cool, but Dallas is more likely to take one of those one tech nose guys we just talked about last show. Maybe it was like the show before this, but you're either a special nose tackle type dude, and if you're not, you're going to be a dude that's going to be taken day 3, right? Siaki Ika's a good player, but he don't do Vita Vea things, right? He eats up double teams, and that's good. I don't think he's a exceptional athlete. And look, when I say exceptional, I mean like the Vita Vea, Dontari Poe type guys or whatever that can run for real, like them kind of dudes. I don't see Siaki Ika being one of those guys necessarily.
Shocked you had him up here.
I had him up there because I saw a lot of mocks that had him up there. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, why do they think Cowboys would draft a D tackle or a safety? I was especially pissed off about the safety, Will, still, bro. Because one, we have one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best safety rooms in the league. You know what I'm saying? And plus we have depth on this team at safety already. Whether it be, is he going to go play safety? Marquise Bell being the next guy in line. You know what I'm saying? They really like Tyler Coyle, you know what I'm saying? Just different kind of guys we have on this team already. I just don't see us with the long list of needs that we have. I don't see us going safety. And I love that, especially because I can't stand safety. So I've moved on flat past that. I moved on from Siaki Ika. But the other positions, right? Wide receiver, linebacker, and I'm surprised I didn't see a bunch of offensive line in there. Apparently people think that Cowboys offensive line is that offensive line. And to be fair, it's a good offensive line, and we'll see what Solari brings to the table or whatnot. But I would love to add a left side player. We always talk about that, Will, still. Let's add the best left side player that we could possibly find. And if it's a guard, Tyler Smith stays at tackle. If it's a tackle, then Tyler Smith will be a guard kind of guy. I'm not moving forward as if Tyron Smith's going to be a dude for us, right? Because we just don't know how that whole Tyron Smith thing is going to go. So we didn't see a whole bunch of Tyron Smith, but when I saw these names, right? Let's just start with Jalen Hyatt, wide receiver from Tennessee. I like Jalen Hyatt. Fantastic player. DJ that just called in, that just got off the phone with us. I think Jalen Hyatt is his wide receiver 1. That's a bit much for me, but I think, Jalen Hyatt is a type of dude that the Cowboys typically don't have a whole bunch of, just that flatline speed. I can run 9 routes better than everybody got, right? But that made me think, Will, still, moving into this West Coast thing, right? This true West Coast thing, not Kellen Moore West Coast, but like a Mike McCarthy West Coast. Would it serve us better to have a route running type of guy than just a flat speed dude? And when you watch a lot of Jalen Hyatt, he either going to run a 9 route, he going to run a slant, and we can use a lot of slant work. 9 route slant or like a deep crosser, but that's really all he kind of got for you. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm going to get a wide receiver, I want to get a wide receiver that's, I'm not going to say Dak friendly, but I want a wide receiver that's going to flash open. You know what I mean? Not these dudes that can't get separation, not these dudes that are going to, be like Michael Gallup and just muscle a catch every single time, like catch a ball with a dude on their hip, because typically Dak ain't finna throw to that dude. I want a dude that can run routes and can really show himself open. Jalen Hyatt can do it with speed going straight, but I need some of that crossing the field stuff, especially with what Mike McCarthy's talking about. Go ahead, Will.
So you don't think Hyatt can at least do enough route running things in like a West Coast system? I mean, especially if you're going to just be asking him to do some slants or some drags or some deep crossers. I would love to have this type of skill set because he has kind of that rare speed. And I think we'll see Lamb start taking that next step as being respected as a guy that can run routes very well. I think what happened this year, in my opinion, was asking them to think on the go. But I think now if they're just saying, hey, this is the route we're going to run, Lamb got some nice feet. You know what I'm saying? I think he can run routes very well. I would kind of like to pair him with a dude that can just be kind of a wild card in Hyatt. I haven't studied him enough to be like, hey, he's this type of route runner. He's, on a scale of 1 to 10, he runs routes at a 9 or something like that. But does his route running bother you enough that you don't think he'd be a good fit, or?
So Jalen Hyatt's a fine player, first of all. I just don't see him as a 26 guy.
Okay.
That's my whole thing.
Okay.
I don't see him as a 26 guy. He's a guy that can, that can do good things for you. And he's different than anybody that we have in this wide receiver core. You know what I mean? But this whole conversation is dudes at 26, which is why Siaki Ika, D tackle, nose tackle is nonsense to me, right? Jalen Hyatt is a guy that if you got him in the 50s, I'd be comfortable about Jalen Hyatt getting him in the 50s. I just don't see him being a 26 guy. And the weird thing that's going to happen go ahead. The weird thing that's going to happen with wide receivers in this class is the Cowboys going to need wide receiver. We need, and there's no secret that we need wide receiver. The dudes in the first round that I like a lot, they may not be there for you. But the fourth guy, I don't think that's a 26 guy, a 26 overall guy. And when we get to the board's going to be there. It's going to be some dudes on defense. It's going to be some edge dudes. It's going to be this next linebacker that we about to talk about. It's going to be a lot of offensive line, like guards in particular. It's going to be a lot of guards around that area that we're going to look at them and go, I love them. Cornerbacks also. At 26 overall, I'm going to look at them dudes and go, I would much rather have them dudes than Jalen Hyatt. That's my only problem.
So why are those guys going to be there then? If they are
I say this every year, teams suck at drafting. And sometimes that's one thing, but sometimes when you're at a certain pick, you're pigeonholed into taking a pick, right? So I don't like Miles Murphy at all. DN from Clemson, edge guy. But he's people are talking about him as being the second or third edge guy. So people naturally not going to look at some of the D tackles because they play D tackle unless they're special like Jalen Carter. Think about Jordan Davis last year, right? Will Steele. Jordan Davis is an incredible player, but because of the type of player that he is and how draft typically works, he can fall to the mid-teens because he plays D tackle and he doesn't pass rush or whatever, right?
I think I think that was right. I wouldn't have took him in the top 10. Yeah, I think he went about right.
Sure, I agree. But we're not going to say that Jordan Davis on this, like Jordan Davis on a team doing his job is a fantastic player for you. And if I talk about Jordan Davis playing one tech for you, you'll go, well, shit, Voch, why would he be there at 16 if you're saying all these good things about him, right? It's just some dudes are just naturally going to fall. So in my mind, like let's just say Jordan Addison, USC wide receiver. I don't look at him as a Jamar Chase guy. So it's not going to be this rush to get him at 6 overall, 7 overall. And he might be the best wide receiver in the class, but he still might fall to the teens just because he's not that kind of guy. You see what I'm saying? So all these dudes I like, even a guy like Nolan Smith, right? Talked about him yesterday. I can acknowledge that he's probably one of my favorite pass rushers in the class, but I can still acknowledge that he's not a top 10 guy or a guy that should be taking top 10. And he probably going to be taken around my range, but I love that motherfucker to pieces. You know what I'm saying? So it's just draft stuff, just different reasons why dudes can fall. Drew Sanders, linebacker from Arkansas. Some people not going to take him early because he's an off-ball linebacker and he going to fall.
Once Hyatt runs his 4.2 whatever at the combine, he's likely going to go in the first round. You know how it goes.
Yeah, and I agree. But I'm not me personally, right? Somebody got to do it. Somebody's going to do it. But me personally, I'm not drafting him because he run the fastest 40. Well, I'm not drafting him in the first round because he run the fastest 40.
Yeah, no. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying Underwear Olympics is a time where people's stock is going to rise.
Right. Mm-hmm. But somebody's going to do it. And I like more players better than that. I was just about to say Drew Sanders. If I told you, Will Steele, there was a linebacker, and I ain't saying his name just to be like, just be throwing it out there because he's a white linebacker. But if I told you he's a Sean Lee type player that gives you pass rushing, sack production and things like that, like how does that player make you feel? Just that description of him, a player that sees things well, doesn't get misdirected, left Alabama, went to Arkansas, got 9.5 sacks last year, had 4 games of double-digit tackles last year. if I just told you about that player, what do you think? What do you think about that player without watching film?
I already wanted that player. His name was Chad Muma. That was so Chad Muma for me is your Drew Sanders. That's what it sounds like.
Drew might be better than Chad, bro.
That's fine. Drew might, but that's fine. But I would have loved to have Chad Muma last year because he reminded me of Sean Lee in that manner. Not the pass rush and stuff, but just the smarts, the athletic. He was an athletic dude. See things, go and get it. I would have loved to have him on this team.
Will Steele. In this world where you can misdirect the shit out of a linebacker, right? Where you can window dressing and just beat a linebacker with just window dressing. Where we had to deal with Jalen Smith running to naked air. Oh, I watched Drew Sanders, bro, and I just go, boy. Oh, pair that character with Leighton Vander Esch and let's just let Micah do whatever he want to do. Let's get that dude on the team, bro. And I was like, man, that's a fantastic linebacker for me. And then I kept watching film, and he got 9.5 sacks last year. And then he could pass rush for real. I'm not gonna say he's white Micah Parsons, nothing like that. I'm not gonna go that far.
I don't need that. I don't want that.
I understand. But this. So I added him to the list, right? Because I've been seeing a lot of people mock him there. And he's somebody I've seen anywhere, like some mocks have him at 36, Will Steele. Some mocks have him being taken at 21. 2 mocks in particular had him taken by the Cowboys at 26. What do you think about linebacker in the first round, Will?
If he's explained to me like you're saying, I have a little bit of reservations. I need a guy. Can he play just linebacker? That's all I want to know. Let me tell you why I'm asking.
He's mostly a linebacker, and he's not an edge. He just happens to have.
Because I've read this some preliminary research. I'm like, linebacker, edge. What is he?
He's a linebacker.
Okay, then yeah.
That got 9.5 sacks. That, you know what I mean?
Here's why I'm all for it if he's going to be linebacker. Because the only way I'm with moving Micah to edge full time is if I can beef up my linebacker position to where I'm okay putting Micah full time at edge. Because when he's not playing linebacker, I think we've seen some of the deficiencies with other guys. But LVE had a better year last year. I think Damone Clark will come along, but I don't think that room is a room you just ignore coming through. So if this Drew Sanders cat can come in here and you're saying he could supplant a Damone Clark and have a higher ceiling than an LVE, I could be talking to that for sure.
Remember how last year Vander Esch will play mostly linebacker? But every now and then he'll just be on the edge, just pass rushing or whatever.
A waste of a.
That's Drew Sanders, but Drew got 9.5 sacks out of it, basically. You know what I mean? So that's who that is. Let me take a look at these polls real fast. How did the polls look? How did they turn out? I'm all for it, man. If I can get a linebacker, if I can get an edge guy, and I made this exercise, right? Because I feel like a lot of people are really bogged down into Voch. We got to get a wide receiver. Voch, we got to get, left side offensive lineman. I just think BPA matters also. And we would hope, right, as Cowboy fans, we would hope that the BPA is a player that we need already, right? We would hope it's a wide receiver or a left side player. But what if I could talk to you? What if I could talk you into thinking, hey, okay, cool. But what if the best player on the board is a linebacker? What if the best player on the board is an edge guy?
That's why I always say BPA, position of need. Like sure. Need doesn't mean just your one need. Need could absolutely mean multiple needs. And linebacker, if you really break it down, and some other positions, technically needs. Like just because it may not be wide receiver or at one point everybody was saying corner or offensive lineman doesn't mean it's not technically a need on your team because LV's free agent, right? Like he's not even here. So we're talking right now, February 8th, you've got Damone Clark, Jabril Cox. And if you're looking at Micah as a edge, then you don't count Micah, right? So technically, linebacker is a need. Who else you say? Defensive tackle? I mean, I was supposed to do that show today. I'm going to do it tomorrow. But low-key, that's also a need. What else? DB, you could talk me into getting another corner if you're not high on Jordan Lewis. So there's multiple positions.
We'll say, what about running back? Can I talk you into Bijan Robinson at 26 overall?
You could talk me into it. That doesn't mean I'm, going to be – that's not where I would go. But if you drafted Bijan Robinson, I'm not going to be mad at all. The dude is a fantastic player. You're probably going to get a ridiculous 4 years out of him. But, Yeah.
3 years. Both sides, on the Voch Lombardi side, Bijan Robinson is at 41% with 199 votes. Bijan Robinson was at 41%. And on the volume side, Bijan Robinson was the pick at 36% of the votes. Okay, so let me ask.
Available.
Let me ask Chat. I know, right? Let me ask Chat and Will Steele. Does the alleged news of Tony Pollard 99% franchise tag, and does that do anything for the Bijan Robinson at 26 market?
That rules him all the way out. If he gets tagged, there's no way.
I agree. That's what this is for. That's why I hit my guys up and say, hey, put Bijan and Tony in the same thumbnail today. Ain't no way we hearing rumors about Tony Pollard getting tagged and y'all still going, let's get Bijan right. No.
I mean, if
you get Tony, you move on to the next thing. Go ahead.
If that happens, then Tony's like, well, this is my last year.
And look, all that being said, we said this a couple weeks ago. Maybe a new audience because everybody, don't watch all the shows. Some people miss shows. You'll be wrong. If Bijan Robinson, Tony Pollard, and Zeke are on this team at the same time, the player that's getting the first carry in week 1 is going to be Ezekiel Elliott, man. That's the sad part about it, bro.
I would laugh my ass off if Bijan Robinson, Tony Pollard, and Zeke are on this team.
You'll cuss.
No, I wouldn't. It would be hilarious. Only the Cowboys would do something crazy like that.
I will say though, Will Steele, that last play versus San Francisco where we threw the ball to Turpin, I was so befuddled, I just laughed. I was so bewildered and perplexed. I just giggled. I said, man, what are we doing?
Here's the dumb part about it. They came out there, they got San Fran to call the timeout. Boom. You worked, right? You got them to burn the timeout. Now you can switch it up. Nope, we're gonna come out there in the same damn formation. And as soon as they snap it, bro. Like Ezekiel Elliott looked like a little league football player out there. It's just embarrassing, man. What are we doing?
Oh man, I would be so upset if and look, Bijan's a fantastic player, bro. But Mayock was on to something, man. Not Mayock, Kiper. Mel Kiper a long time ago was like, hey man, I don't think we should be drafting running backs in the first round.
Who the hell is Mel Kiper?
Yeah, fair enough. And I remember his very first mock draft, like he was so 10 toes down on that, right? The Saquon draft. He had Saquon going in the second round to the Colts and shit. And I was like, how would you put Saquon Barkley in the second round? And Kiper was like, man, look, I know he's not gonna go second round. I know some team gonna be goofing enough to draft him in the top 5 or whatever, but I just don't like picks I don't like running backs in the first round. And man, look, Mel Kiper got 8 up for that. And I'm not a Mel Kiper fan because I think he said a lot of goofy shit, Will Steele. But boy, I've just come around to that, man. I've just come around to the idea of why are we still on this whole overdraft running back.
But you realize he was saying that way before Saquon. This has been Mel Kiper's thing for decades. I mean, dating all the way back to like the early 90s. Like Mel Kiper has not been to take a running back guy in first round.
Well, Will Steele, pardon me. I was 3, and
and just saying he's been ahead of this, and now it's. I mean, in my opinion, I think it's the way. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely showing now, right?
Yeah.
And Will, that's the sad part about it though, right? Because look, Bijan is a talented player, and if you like big board it out, like just put it on big board based on talent, Bijan Robinson probably a top 5 player in this draft, but motherfucking boss man. Boston Scott in the goddamn suit. He probably gonna lead the Eagles in carries this week.
Elijah Mitchell,
you know what I mean?
A couple years ago. You can't even name the running back for the Chiefs. Damian Williams, I think was his name.
Motherfucking Damian Williams, bro. Damian Williams so terrible. He was on IR all year for his elbow with the Falcons, and as soon as he came off IR, cut him. I'm like, bro. This motherfucker was a starter in Kansas City. they played him in Kansas. They got good snaps out of him in Kansas City. And we still running around here after seeing what happened to Zeke, after seeing what happened to David Johnson, after seeing what's happening right now with Taylor, Todd Gurley. We still going, hey, man, give me that running back, man. Give me that running back. And the best running back on your squad right now is the 3rd round guy.
4th. TP was drafted in the 4th round.
Fucking 4th round guy. Do that again.
Like the Cowboys, you have this right there. Your blueprint's right there. Tony, the problem is when Zeke held out in 2019, they was scared to let TP eat. Because if TP would have eaten, they'd be like, oh snap. Did we just literally waste the 4th overall? I'm not saying waste it because he was good, but like you really didn't need to. I mean, we could go all the way back. You could have had Derrick Henry second round. But that's a whole nother discussion, and we want to go all the way back and do that.
It is negligence how much they ignored Tony Pollard. Like, Tony Pollard was going crazy in preseason, bro, and they was just like, waiting on Zeke. What's gonna happen when da-da-da-da-da-da? And he plays the whole game by himself, and he tears the shit up again. They go, well, what happens if he catch the ball in the open and somebody tackle him? Well, Tony Pollard's not small. He ran over that person. he ran smooth over that. Well, Tony can't block him. And he goes out and figures out blocking, motherfucker. It's just this whole Zeke and Jalen Smith will forever be the reason why people really don't fuck with Steve Jones. No matter how much good the Jones is doing in the front office, bro, they'll forever be ridiculed for those two decisions, bro. But I ain't trying to save them. But yeah, with the two polls that I put up, most people want to take running back over off ball linebacker off of D tackle and over wide receiver, which is something that I find incredibly interesting.
Because he's the best player, Voch.
We'll say, we got rules in this shit, man. I mean, we got rules. Like, yeah, he the best player, but we got rules, Will. Come on. Yeah. All right, let's get these calls out of the way. Damon called back, says call dropped. I hope it don't drop again. DC, what up?
Nah, what's good, boys?
Hello?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Hold on, we got DC on the phone. Let's see if we can.
You can't hear? I can hear him.
Hello? Hello, DC, hello?
Yeah, I'm here, bro. You got me?
I can't hear him, Will. Can you hear him? Sound like he dropped again.
No, I'm here.
What?
You can hear me?
I don't know. Going once? Hello?
Yeah.
What's up, DC? My bad. What's up, DC? What's good with you, my guy? What's good with you?
Nigga said hello.
Bob Cousy said hello. What's up?
You, boy?
What's happening, man? What you got for the show?
Hey, so as far as running back, man, goes, if we do franchise tag TP, which I hope we do, man, I'd like us to get Mohamed Ibrahim from the University of Minnesota. I don't know if you've looked at him or not.
I haven't looked at him.
That would be a perfect.
Danny brought him up this morning.
And he was Big Ten running back of the year the previous season. Tore Ohio State's ass up multiple times. Like, check him out, man. I think he'd be a perfect compliment to if we keep TP. And then as far as the first round goes, man, if he is available at all at 26, get John Michael Schmitz also from the University of Minnesota. Solidify that left guard slot. Move the young bull back out to left tackle, and let's get this thing going, man.
John Michael Schmitz, have you seen him play guard, or you just feel like watching his center tape he can play guard? I haven't watched him like close, but I watched him in passing.
Over 5 years, he played both guard and center.
I look at him like a Landon Dickerson type of situation, Voch. Drafted to be the eventual replacement at center, but playing guard right now.
I was such a fan of Landon Dickerson. I feel you. What else you got, DC?
I'm telling you, man, when you watch his tape, you'll love it. That's all I got for y'all, man.
I've seen him in passing, but I haven't seen him play guard. So I mean, I just didn't watch him that closely. Plus, Tyler Biadasz is on his last year. Right. He's on the last year of his contract. So that could be a proactive move there. But Pro Bowler Tyler Biadasz. You know what I'm saying? So if he wants to try to demand some money from me because he got a title in front of his name now, then you'll just have that player. He'll be left guard.
You Tyler. Damn Skippy he is.
Hey, Will Steele, think we're gonna sign Biadasz and just let him run it back one more time? Or you think we gonna nah, that's not good. No, that's not good. I gotta use some outlandish shit for the motherfucker for what? Never mind. Gotta use some outlandish shit. Cause I like Biadasz, man. Biadasz did okay.
Too.
And if Biadasz like signs for like cheaper money, I'll
you know damn well Stephen Jones, almost had a heart attack when they said, "Hey, Jerry, Tyler Biadasz is a Pro Bowler now." God damn it!
What? Now, Will Steele, should we sign back Connor McGovern? No.
Motherfucker, for what?
Shit. You can get Connor
Better
McGovern.
draft John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith from Minnesota and put his ass at guard.
Oh, goodness. They was like, yeah, man, we think about bringing back Jason Peters and Connor McGovern. I'm like,
I just be saying shit. We going to bring back a mup who's 40 years old.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Stop.
Right. Give me Hankins. Hankins still young. Joe Sandberg. What's up, Joe?
Can you hear me now?
What's up, Joe?
Do you want me to snake, Joe?
Hey, yo, Voch, can you hear me? Yeah. That's all.
Peace.
That's all. Peace, man. Just wanted to make sure. Peace,
my
man.
presence felt. Yeah.
Just want you to know about you. Oh goodness. Shouts out to Joe. Reek, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on here? How y'all doing?
What's good, fam? What you got for the show?
My thing is this, man. I think they need to play around in free agency, man. They need to cut some players, play around in free agency, get some pieces up here, make a couple splash moves with the free agency, whether that's on offense or defense. And I think if you do that and sign some of your players back to this team, and it'll give you a better way to go into that draft, man. Because I'm tired of just leaning just straight on draft picks to come in here and do a veteran, more seats type of a team. Mm-hmm. We have a chance to do something. You know what I mean? And the Cowboys and Stephen Jones don't need to stroke the check. Quit playing around. Pause on that stroke part. But I'm just saying, you need to get players in here that we can make some moves.
Can't say nothing. Can't say nothing. Stroke the check.
Pause on stroke. That's this conversation.
Hey, I just said what I said, man.
What if it's a Nike shoe? Is that pause too? Just stroking the check, the Nike shoe. You know, like is that a pause too? Stroking the check, like an actual, like man, come on.
Hey man, I'm from New York, man. Hey,
I'm not.
Hey man, you know I went inside the store. Pause.
What
to the store?
All
right, man.
I really believe if they sign some players.
Go ahead, Rick. About to sip this water. Pause
in the draft, and then we're good. That's it.
All right. Hold the time, Rick. What was that last thing you said? Rick hung up.
Reset.
He said, "I'm not doing this."
I mean, I think the pause is OD. The pause stuff be so OD, man.
Yeah. Rick said, "Yo, I am not about to let y'all play with me today, Paul." Like, come on, man. I know what you mean, man. Like, sir. Rick ain't gonna call back no more. That's how they do it.
Nah, Rick call back. Rick good for it.
Rick good people, man. Rick good people, but
what up, Jack? Hold on, Rick good people. Pause.
My bad. What's up, Jack?
What?
Jack. Pause. What's up?
What?
What's happening?
Yeah.
You.
How y'all doing, Jimmy?
Life good, my guy. Life good.
That's good. How you doing, Scott?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Hey, can you got us on speaker? If so, can you take us off speaker?
Okay, say less. Find the goddamn speaker button.
Pause.
Sound like he put the phone in the kitchen. He talking from the living room.
In the bathroom.
Nah, I'm in my work.
Much better.
All right, so,
much better.
Oh, all right. So with all due disrespect, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever called in yesterday and couldn't say your damn name right, after you say your name at the beginning of every show.
Who called me Vouch? Who?
Marv.
Called you Vouch.
Yeah, Marv.
Motherfucker for what? You know what I'm talking about? But no, I had
Pause.
I had an epiphany.
Okay.
Pause.
Okay.
I had an epiphany.
Weird shit, man.
And it was towards what's the boy we just let go? The coordinator. I forgot his name.
Kellen Moore.
I think we had the talent on the team to be successful, but I don't think his decision making was allowing that to be on the field, because I think he got players that he was used to giving plays to, running the plays, even though they weren't successful, but he didn't allow the young boys to get in the game and get the feel of the game. And I think he made the offense too complicated for the guys that he just brought in. And so they sat down, because I don't think it was from a talent standpoint why they didn't play. I think it was from a schematic standpoint. Hear that word, schematic? Schematic standpoint that Kellen had in his own ego.
Big word.
Now I'm gonna let these guys sit. I'm gonna let these guys that's been under my tutelage sit and play, even though we're not being successful. You could tell that Tony Pollard went off every opportunity he had. but he had minimum opportunity because he was used to Zeke being in the game. He was used to Zeke running those plays. But once he gave Tony the opportunity, Jerry Jones had to force his hand like, look, young fella, this guy is productive. Run the ball. And I think Mike McCarthy had something to do with that too, with him getting more elevation in time. And I think that didn't allow our team to grow offensively. Dan, on the other hand, when he brought young guys in, instead of him just sticking to his scheme, he said, you know what? I know where you would fit. You would fit right here. I know you would fit right here. Just do this. I need you to do this. Instead of overcomplicating and allowing the guys to get frustrated and feel like they can't do it. Watch how this next year may be simpler, but the talent will show more,
right?
Because it's no ego or pride in the way,
right? You
know what I'm saying?
I kind of like that, Jack. You know what I'm saying? Like if you, like if you walking in and just everything blank, you know what I'm saying? Brand new sheet of paper. And we just build it from the bottom. Like there's no expectation that, oh, well, we can't get Semi involved because of XYZ, or we can't get Turpin involved because of XYZ. If you Schottenheimer, you'll probably walk in and want to use everything you got, most likely. So yeah, that makes sense.
Absolutely. Kellen was boxing with his hands in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? So you can have that. You can have that.
Okay, I got you. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, gentlemen, always a pleasure, bro. I love what y'all do, Voch. I was just thinking, I've been watching you since you used to yell at the kids, hey, shut y'all ass up, when you used to be in the window.
Damn, boy.
You all loud, shit, boy. I was like, and then I thought about it. I said, Voch, boy, you done came up, boy.
Damn.
Boy, you done came up. I'm proud of you, gentlemen.
Man,
y'all keep doing y'all thing. And Sky, I ain't forgot, Sky. I got a good package for you, bro. I ain't lying.
He got what?
Got a package for you.
I got a good package for. Oh,
pause.
I was about to say no. Wait.
Whoa.
It's false. No, not this time. We created it. Not this time. No, not this time.
For what?
At that time, it was perfect. Yo, Jack, appreciate you so much for enlightening us again, man.
Y'all be, man.
Yes, sir.
This show.
How
are we still here? Why are y'all still watching?
This show will not go anywhere because we're not mature enough. Because we're not mature enough. No, sir.
Look, you know what? I don't even know what I was about to say. I'm sitting here watching this Muhammad Ibrahim and listening to what he's saying. He said some things. I was about to talk about the talent, and then just one left.
Joe Sandberg is hot.
Tariq said pause.
Pause. Joe in the chat eating us up. Pause. Joe, we didn't block. Like listen, when you on the phone, my hands are like this. When it's time to hang up and answer a call, I do this because the phone line's on the you know what I mean? And I thought you were just being Joe. Shit, I thought you tapped in. You ain't had much to say. You dipped out. You ain't gotta cuss us out, Joe. You ain't gotta call BS on us, Joe.
Yeah, we already got. Yeah, somebody hit us up on Twitter after the phones one time. It was all in their feelings. Don't do that, Joe. We ain't cut you off.
Old boy. Yeah, he said, "Yo, I'm gonna unsubscribe and leave."
He said, "You just lost a listener. You need to leave."
I was like,
like damn,
not bro. You. I was trying to go to that Zach Brown band concert.
I know, right?
Look at that Zach Brown band. It is what it is. Shouts out to him. We love you, Joe. Joe watch everything I do. Joe being Twitch, Joe being Patreon. Can't lose, Joe.
Listen, we are some goofies. So if y'all can't, we just having fun, man.
Please be able to take a joke.
No, but in all seriousness, what Jack was saying, and shout out to Jack. Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah.
He talked about the talent. Like that's another thing we gotta add on to, right? Like what is the talent going to be in a room? Right now, you don't got the Tony Pollard. You could be getting rid of Zeke. Your receiver room is going to look a little different. And so, you're going to be losing a couple players. So they got to add some of that talent.
Fair enough. I am chill. I didn't shout around me. I didn't shout around me. Okay, it's cool. It's cool, Joe. We all right, Joe. You all right, Joe. Call back tomorrow, Joe. We'll answer for you. What's up, Chris? We don't wipe the 304.
Yeah, what's up, bro? What's up, Voch? What's up, Sky? How we doing, guys?
What's good, man?
Cool and player. Everything. What you got for the show?
Hey, so I actually really like that they gave Pollard that franchise tag because I think he's going to play two roles on the team next year. I think he's going to be a running back, and I think they're going to use him in the receiving game. So for like $10 million, I think that's pretty solid. What do you guys think?
That would justify Tony making more money. Look, man, I was just about to say we've been waiting on Tony to catch the ball like for a while now. Kellen's not here anymore. Hopefully, you know what I mean, that less is more. You know, hopefully that situation can get Tony some more catches. But every time the ball was thrown at Zeke, I just didn't feel great about it. Every time the ball was thrown at Zeke, I just didn't feel great about it. And when you see the best pass catching running backs, they pass catching numbers is up here.
Yep.
Tony was like, what, 40? Will Steele, what you say?
39 receptions. Career high. 39 receptions.
That's not enough, bro. That ain't enough. So Tony, even if he's having a bad rushing day, get it to him in the air and let that man work. Because honestly, Tony one of the best players on your offense. Noah Brown got a lot of looks this year, as opposed to Tony. You know what I'm saying? So get Tony involved.
I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I said this during the season. If Tony Pollard's going to come back on an expensive contract or a franchise tag, if he comes back as that dual threat guy, I easily can live with that. Easily. Sure. Because you got a guy who can be, a lead or top of the game as a pass catcher and a runner. I don't think you can really complain about that, especially on a 1-year franchise tag. I mean, again, the dude over in LA, the Chargers, had 177 receptions over the last 2 seasons. If you could tell me Tony's going to get 120 plus receptions in 2 seasons, sign me the hell up. Sign me up.
Definitely. Yeah, can I tell like a 20-second story of why I don't wipe these 304s real quick?
Man, we just gonna get canceled and we just finna Colin Cowherd watching right now. Colin Cowherd just clicked on. He just clicked on and he listening and he looking for top tier Cowboys content. All we doing is playing the pause game and Chris about to tell us go ahead, Chris. Do what you want.
Yeah, so I'm in Orlando, right? I'm at Disney World and I meet up with this
ain't a good start.
Chick, right? Seems real wholesome. And right, we're holding hands, we're doing all that stuff. So when we leave, right, I get her Instagram, I get all this stuff. Yeah, she's married with and everything like that. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, these 304s are dangerous, bro. That's why I don't wipe them up.
Damn.
Oh no! It's false. No way. Not this time.
Yeah, man. You gotta be careful out there, Chris, man. You know how it is, man. You gotta be careful, at Disney World and shit,
Be the married ones.
Be them the one. All right, Chris. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for the show. Yes, sir.
You're picking up these 304s at Disney World. You better expect them to be married with a couple kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the last call of the day. All right, this is where my ass.
I really appreciate y'all for sticking with this big dumb show. Go ahead.
Joe, call back. Joe, call back. Oh, man. 757. What's up? Who this?
Oh, no.
757. Take us off mute. $757.
Jeez, come on, y'all?
All right, man. God damn. See, Joe, that was me hanging up on somebody. It's when I moved the mouse over.
Now you frozen. What is happening today, man?
God damn. What a show.
Do I need to press?
I'm good now.
No.
Look at my face. God damn. Why
there you go. There you go.
I gotta leave?
No, I'm messing with you. It's just one of those days, man.
Damn. What a phone day.
Yeah, I gotta give our phone day a C today.
Yeah, not a great phone day. Colin Cowherd definitely not bringing us back for a new contract. All right, let's read some supers, and maybe we'll mingle with the chat for a little bit, or we'll just chill out. Let's see. On the volume side, we good. Appreciate y'all. On the Voch side, DJ dropped the dub in the super chat. Appreciate you, sir. He says Jalen Hyatt is that dude. Is he a one-trick pony? Yes. But this one-trick pony is better than anyone else's bag of tricks. That's interesting. Hyatt was the only one to dominate games on film. Side note, don't you have a first-round grade on any wide receiver? Side note, don't have a first-round grade on any wide receiver yet this year. So Jalen Hyatt is his highest ranked receiver. He don't have a first-round grade on anybody. And to be fair, if your Cowboys drafting at 26, the player that you draft probably not going to have a first-round grade on. But
that's the one, Voch. So if you're drafting the dude who don't got a first-round grade, might as well take somebody that can help you out now.
So we should get Bijon Robinson, huh?
Well, listen, I mean, if they take Bijan, I'm not going to sit here and be mad. I told you that. But it's not the route I would go. I think he's a fantastic player. He's going to be really good for you for 4 years. But you really drafting those dudes for more than that, ain't you?
In this order: Zeke, Tony Pollard, Bijan, Malik Davis. They're my running backs.
You said they what now?
Those are running backs. Going in the next year is going to be Zeke running back 1, Tony, Bijan, Malik Davis.
That would be stupid.
That's our running backs. Let's see. What I just said. Super chats. Voch Lombardi side. Sick of this. Brazilian X Skills. I think that's Ed from Atlanta. He dropped 5 and says, "Can we get a phone unlock?" It's 420. It's 420. Call back tomorrow. That's the all draft show. Yeah. You're a Falcons fan, so call in tomorrow. Appreciate you though, Ed. Just a dude dropped a deuce and says, Voch, you do a film session on Bijan yet? I have not done an official film session on Bijan yet. No, it's February 8th. I imagine I may. I might not. I might just, keep it O-line, D-line this year. I don't know. We'll see. We'll cross that road when we get there. And refresh. Smoke one for you. Dropped the deuce. Appreciate it. He says, how can Eli get Turpin to look good, but our OC? Oh, you talking about the Pro Bowl? Did Turpin do something in the Pro Bowl that I haven't seen?
I have not a clue. I didn't watch a second of it.
Yeah, I ain't watched that bullshit. Chad, did Eli Manning coach Kevontae Turpin into doing something interesting in the Pro Bowl? Let us know. Let us know. Stoner says, Scott, I saw you in the bathroom at WrestleMania. Pause. You know where you was. You know where you was, Scott.
What is happening today? Yo, WrestleMania was lit though. I was hurt.
I mean, did you shake his hand, Will? Still?
Come on, man.
I just asked you a question.
I will tell you an embarrassing story of WrestleMania though. You know the story about how I was supposed to be sitting on a roof.
Yes.
And then I got the email and it was like, hey, we're gonna move your seats. You gotta move your seats. And we was like, damn. They moved us to the floor. I mean, we was sitting next to all types of people. I got a little bit too turned though. I'm seeing everybody. Wale, George Kittle, Lane Johnson, a whole bunch of wrestlers walking by, Michelle McCool, just so many different people. And then Pat McAfee, walks right in front of us. And Pat was taking pictures with people. And I'm getting up with Pat. Hey, Pat, what's up? I'm done. Took a picture of him thinking, I got this dope-ass picture, bro. If you could see the picture. Pat McAfee looked like, man, get the fuck out of here. I'm not. He's just literally a flash in my camera. And it's so goddamn embarrassing, bro. But
we're still
I'm sitting here and Pat is literally going fast like the Flash. It's kind of embarrassing, but I was turned. It is what it is.
But if you sit in that section with superstars, Will, still you have to act like you're a superstar, right? You have to get in where you fit in, sir, right?
Yeah, but this WrestleMania, that little alcohol in the system, and I'm like, yo, it's once in a lifetime type of thing. I was kind of feeling myself a little bit.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Love y'all to pieces. Love y'all to pieces, man. Interesting show today. You know what I mean? The show was interesting.
That is a good word right there.
Interesting. We hope Colin Cowherd wasn't listening, especially at the end. But yeah, tomorrow we'll have the All 32 draft show. That's where we'll watch another. That's where we'll take another mock draft and break that down. I think we might do that on Thursdays. We'll see. Or we'll just take calls and break down players and just do stuff like that. We'll cross the road whenever we get there. But be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button. We appreciate y'all for being here, man. Follow me on social media, VOCHLOMBARDI. My non-football platform, which is twitch.tv, which is what we're going to be doing today, and patreon.com. That's where we watch the film sessions as a whole. Somebody in the chat asked me, was I going on Patreon today? Not today. I did like 5 days of Patreon in a row. So we're gonna let that breathe for a second. I'm gonna get Twitch content in, and we might get back to Patreon tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. Follow my man's Will Steele at Skywalker Steele, Skywalker STEELE on Twitter, and catch him in the morning on A to Z Dallas on YouTube.
Trying to see if I can get this picture up there. Hold on. Ain't working. Never mind. I'm
From 8:30 to the clock. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's all we got today for y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all hold down with the Doski Woski and Peasky Whiskey, man. Until next time, hopefully the calls be better. Volume.
Beats Planet.